Pojechała na rekolekcję. Just a short recap. So what I want to cover is the fact that nobody knows the business. Nobody knows the business. I want to cover this car story. I want to cover experience in the bank. I want to cover that in the bank I was doing messaging systems and I was doing sales process, mapping out all the like decision trees, sales process based on the decision trees, and messaging systems in the FX world. So I understand IT. I can even program myself. I'm running team of IT people. So this is not a problem. The problem. So what is in the product? In the the product stack, the stack. At the end. At the end, the offer will be like this: that I want let's start with the business goals. The business goals are like this: that the sales of the company that will work with me should increase like 30% at least. Like on the high volume, 30% is, I think it's like quite safe, because if we will crack this, then we will create like a psychological profiles of people in the internet, of potential customers, and then we will approach them with certain messages through the chatbot, and we will gather even more data about them. About, like, you can ask psychological question, and depending on the answer, you know what kind of profile you are dealing with. And this is what I want to achieve. And so we pre-qualify them. We pre-qualify them and speak in their own language. This was not possible before, because before we had a website, and on this website we had this you needed to get into people's minds, to different types of people. You need to get on one website, and now you can combine the knowledge about the person with the messages that you are sending them. So if we create this is how the Trump won the election. This is exactly how they won these bloody elections. They had a psychological profiles, and they built it accordingly to the likes that people had, and then they were running certain types of ads directed to certain types of people. And this is exactly what I want to do in the chatbot space. We have psychological profiles, and then we speak with these people in certain language, and then we split test everything. So election campaign is something what you can run for a couple of months. So you don't have the power to split test this stuff. And with the chatbot, where we can have the constant communication with the customer, and we can ask a couple of questions, build the profile, then segregate them, let's say, into 10 psychological groups, and then split this also the workflow, the decision trees. So the decision trees should be big as huge walls, drawn with what is where, and the certain elements of the decision trees. Okay, this is small independent piece, this is another small independent piece, and then on the split testing side, we can say, okay, to this psychological profile we send this sequence, and then we split test this with other 30 or 50 sequences, and we try to find out actually which one works the best, and how quick we can build the relationship with the customer on the other side. So this is mind-blowing. If you think copywriting is something what is about finding a working sentence that on average should work. On average, if you speak with certain type of people, if you speak on average with the whole group, on average it should bring the results. And here we are not speaking about one copy. We speak about 1,000 copies. that are directed to hundreds of thousands of people. And with the chatbot possibility, with the chatbot communication flow, you can basically create that. And this is mind-blowing. This is just mind-blowing. I hope you get it. I hope you get it. So, for example, according to the Facebook policy, you cannot sell stuff like digital stuff. But this is bullshit, because you can simply say, okay, if you want to know more, have a look at the email I have sent you a second ago. So you can link both workflows, with email and with Messenger, to be on the safe side with your customer base, and work on both channels. It's even better because the customer is then covered from all possible sides, from the email side, from the chat side, and do it also with retargeting. But what I want to focus on my SaaS company, on my SaaS business that I want to build right now, and I'm looking for partners for this business, is I just want to cover this this chatbot thing, split test what is happening inside of the chatbot communication. And of course we will integrate with email, we will integrate with retargeting on Facebook, but my core competence should be the core competence of my company is just covering this chatbot part. This is crucial to collect this data, to split this data, and to work with people that are capable of delivering hundreds of interactions and run these interactions in parallel with their current sales process. So that's why I look for big guys. I look for guys that are doing spending between 10 and 100 grand a day. So we will have 10,000 people at least a day on one business, that we can split test these interactions and see how certain interactions are converting with certain types of people, and build the correlations. And this is changing the way internet works. It's changing the way internet works. And I think guys that are in the chatbot space, they don't even think about this way. They think, yeah, we will go viral, or I love to go viral. I will this is the second leg of my business that I want to build. Okay, we will try different viral strategies in the chatbot space, but this is a lottery ticket. And for me, the going viral is sending a lottery ticket, testing certain viral scenarios. But what I want to be on the solid ground, I want to be on the solid ground with this business. I want to be on the solid ground where I will know that if we will split test enough interactions, hundreds of thousands of interactions a day, and I need 10 companies that are in direct response marketing business. I need companies that are running ads wherever they run it, and they have the sales process and the content, and they have the people that are creating this content and copywriting and everything. And I would be on this analytical side. I want to be on the analytical side. You guys work with me, and I show you what works, what not. And then you put your people and you redesign these interactions. And then we split test again. And we create hundreds of them. And we split test them again. And we create psychological profiles. And then we build interactions for certain types of people. So I'm looking for high volume business. High volume business that can give me the data that can give me the data and is willing to work with me on the data side, like on the chatbot data side, on the process, on the decision trees. Like I can give you a simple example, even like with AI thing. So AI, from my perspective, doesn't work yet because it's hard to build the interactions. You need to build something on the like correlation stuff. So what works in the AI space is basically like categorization, if you know what I mean. This is one of the algorithms that is working really awesome. So let's say in the chatbot workflow, we have the question, what is your number one reason why you want to lose weight? And you have, for example, I don't know, let's say you have 200 answers. You segregate these 200 answers into like 10 groups. And then you have a simple AI that is learning on this, like 200 might be small, but yeah, with the 1,000 you have like 98% probability that you will segregate this correctly. But you can still start really like with 100 or 200 interactions. Yeah, it might be small. Yeah, but so let's say you have 1,000 answers to this kind of question, and then you have 10 groups. You segregate first 100 you segregate manually, and then it flies, because then we have the context. We have the context of the question. What is your number one reason? What is your number one problem why you cannot lose weight? And then you have this 1,000 answers, you have 10 groups, and you have perfectly working AI, or not. Like, this is a simple algorithm, like simple learning algorithm that is doing categorization. And then the answer to the 1,001 reason is automated. And it's really simple. So we also I want to try this stuff as well, like simple AI working in the context. Like, what is your number one reason, or what is your biggest problem with whatever? Why you are approaching us? Like, why you think our site is good for you, or why do you think our program works? Why do you think the program works for you? Should work for you? And you run this kind of question, you get the answers. You do AI on the answers. You do categorization, and then it flies. And it's really easy. You can do it on Amazon. Yeah. Oh no, on the Microsoft. Yeah, on Amazon it's also available. But on Microsoft Clouds, you have like simple API that is doing that. So, and even if you want to do it on site, it's also not a problem. The algorithms are there. But my point is that, like, again, just to like recap what we are speaking here, I need high volume. I need guys that are doing a lot of content that can deliver interactions. We need to have also people that are doing like psychological profiles. So guys that are doing copywriting, they should work with people that are covering psychological profiles. They work together on the like 10 types of profiles, and then we split test communication with certain profile types. So for example, like day one or day 1 and 2, after first initial contact, we find out who's the person. And then following days, our discussion on the chatbot with the customer, according to Facebook policy, like, is on the certain subject. Like, we are coaching these people. We are changing their world in a way that is understandable for people we are speaking with. Because if you want to get to me, you need to speak in this certain way, you know, just not to piss me off. And because I can lose my attention with like one sentence, and I'm losing my attention to something I'm seeing in front of you. And everybody is used to that in the internet. Like something is not speaking to me, I switch it off. And and this is the point. So that's why all these split testing is needed, and that's why the high volume guys are needed, because only this way we can like replicate what Trump has done during the campaign, but in the sales process, like to sell, to build rapport with the customer. And you can, I can only do it with guys that are running high volume, have the content, know how to communicate, and have the resources to actually to interact. And for example, to like use the insights that I will give you guys. Okay, the webinar will follow. I will build like everything according to the Russell Brunson with the webinar. The stack, the offer stack for I'm looking like really 10 businesses. 10 businesses that want to do it with me. And I want to structure this in a way that I need the like money just for the IT resources and analytical stuff. The content creation maybe, but I would prefer that the content creation is on the side of the customer. I need one person on the company side that will communicate with me, like with me or my people. Like one point of contact in each of the 10. So because if I have like 20 customers, I cannot handle this, because I cannot handle this bloody communications. That's why I need 10 that are big enough that split testing will work. So I don't need 20, I need 10. Or something around 10. I don't know. If this will be 7, it's probably okay as well. But high volume. And I need one person in each company that will work with my company, and I need these companies to cover like development stuff on my side. Like in 6 to 12 months, I want to have around 20 people that are working on it. So if let's say I will have 10 businesses that are working with me, and let's say just cover like each business, let's say, will cover the cost of 2 IT guys. They need to, I don't have time to waste. So I need like high quality IT, and this is like 100 grand a year, like 100 or two, like from 100 to 150 grand a year. So let's say this is like 20 grand a month from each, from 10 companies. And this will cover the cost of the 20 people team. So this is like the running cost I want to have with these partners. Like each partner is covering at the beginning, maybe I will not find 20 people in this area that quickly. So I need like 6 to 12 months to build this 20 people team. It can be all around the world, I don't care. I mean, these people need to know what they are doing, and they need to have the report with me. I want to manage this project. And my idea is that we have this 20 people, 10 companies. Each company is covering like the cost of two guys, like 2 guys, because 20, so it's like 20 grand a month. Plus they are investors in the company, so they know that we are building something together. You know what I mean? Because if, let's say, if you are an owner of the company that is spending like from 10 to 100 grand a day on the Facebook ads or whatever, Google ads, whatever, and and you want to do it by yourself, you need to have 20 people. And if you are in like weight loss business, and on the other side you are doing like, I don't know, e-commerce, selling blenders or whatever, like this flow with recipes, it's kind of the same, but you guys are not even competing with each other. So I don't see a reason why you don't the reason why you will not be willing to do it together. Because if you will be like 10 companies, high volume companies, working together on the split testing of certain workflows that are working for certain profiles, like this will be like hundreds of thousands of interaction of people interacting with this stuff a day. So we will kill it in 6 months. We will know. In 6 months, we will know. We will know something what nobody knows now. Because even Google doesn't know this. You know what I mean? They know that certain people are hitting certain websites. And so what? They don't know what is like inside of the body of the person on the other side. And only split, Facebook has some clue, because they can have this liking thing, and I'm a spiritual guy, so I believe God. And so for example, like to me, speaking like from ethical perspective, it will hit me. But if somebody doesn't give a shit about God, then speaking from ethical perspective doesn't make sense for him. So if you want to sell me something, you can like recall, this is a good thing to do. Like if you want to get money from me to, I don't know, to donate something, like this is the right thing to do. Like Wikipedia is doing this. And I'm paying Wikipedia every single year, because they say what we do is the right thing to do. Pay us. Okay. It's the right way to do so. I mean, if this is the right way to do, I do. But if somebody is not like if somebody doesn't believe God, or doesn't understand that people need to go good, then speaking to him like this is good thing to do is like, yeah, okay. okay I don't do it anyway, because I mean, how does benefit me? I'm using you guys, but if you want to give me this free of charge anyway, I don't give a shit. Then they like simply, they don't have this touch. And building the correlation between what the customer feels and needs and what it likes with the like profile of the person. In the Trump campaign there was, I think, 10 profiles. I think there is more than 10. It's just the question of volume, how to find out more. You see? And through the chatbot thing is the only way to find this out, because you can ask questions. And I work with some coaches that are doing personal coaching, and when they said, like I explained this idea to them, and they said, like, we need like, I don't know, 7-10 questions to build a profile. So if you think like you build a profile during like first 2 days of interactions, the closing ratio in like day 7, it will be sky high, my friend. It will be sky high, because in day 7 we will know more or less how to speak to this person. And without volume, we don't have the data, so we don't know what works. Like, if you think even like from like psychological perspective, you know, these guys are running like to do a basic like my sister studied psychology, so she told me that there is like in every single research it's enough to have even like 100 or 200 people that you run the interactions with, or you ask certain questions, and then you build like the full report, and you do PhD. Or if somebody is like really good, then it's done on the 1,000 people, you know. And if you think like 1,000 people, my friend, this is something what we do in a minute or less. And then we split test this like across the board with hundreds of thousands of people interacting with this stuff every day. So we will like kill psychology. It's so mind-blowing. Because they have, I mean, the guys from the like psychology thing, they need to be in this project, but I want to have them on the customer side, so the customer can deliver like on my partner side. I don't have time to deal with these guys on the daily basis. I want to have content creation guys, and guys that are writing copy on my partner side, dealing with like coaches and I don't know, psychological guys that will tell them, okay, if we ask this 7 questions and then we build the profile, it's like then we should do this and that. And then what you guys do is like you come with this stuff to me, we run it against your with the flows that you have, and then I can tell you if it works or not. Yeah? Does it make sense? And this is not like psychological bullshit, because if Mr. Trump was selling himself on the president campaign, if you are selling I don't know, cell phones, or you are selling I don't know, like weight loss business, or you are in like e-commerce from China and you are selling blenders, it doesn't make a difference. Because like if you think from it's shit, it's changing the way marketing works. Because marketing, like even Steve Jobs, he designed this one sentence, like, you are a rebel, like, think differently. They hit a certain niche with this one. They hit somebody like myself, or I mean, I'm not using this stuff because basically I cannot like integrate with anything I want. So it's kind of I'm too like a technical guy to use it, because I want to have my cell phone like discovering everything, like filtering out connections, incoming connections. You cannot do it on iPhone. Yeah, you can do it, but you cannot have an app that is filtering your connections, because then you need to be Apple to do this. And on Android you can do this because you can have like virus thing that is filtering your connections. But anyway, I'm off topic, I'm sorry. So whatever business you are in, it doesn't matter. Because if you sell anything, you need to communicate in a way that customers will understand and hit the points that are important, like in a way that are important for your customers, if you know what I mean. And if this is like a customer that is afraid of living, then you speak with him differently than with the person like myself. Yeah. And so, like a general marketing where you display a billboard, is gone. It's gone. It's game over. It's game over. So, like to recap, I will run a webinar on this one, like to cover everything, from like cars, like this car-free movie perspective, like what is my background, why I am the guy that will deliver, why I do IT and how I do IT, and what kind of experience I have in sales. Then I will cover like nobody knows anything about chatbots, because nobody knows. And it's just, if somebody is thinking that it knows something about chatbots, I can tell you like now, nobody knows. I think nobody knows. There are some viral stuff, but they are quite simple. They are like, okay, connect with your friends, and this is why it goes viral. There is no this touch. And if you like running an AI business and you think you are smart, it's okay, but you cannot design what people can do, like what people chcesz? So I need to go, like in a way I look for 10 businesses. I like to two high volume businesses that are willing to do it with me. Yeah, Delaware company is coming, and I mean this is like changing the world, my friend. If you are watching this and you are if you are running business that is doing between 10 and 100 grand, spending between 10 and 100 grand a day, it's like changing the world. It's not an email campaign that you run, my friend. It's not an email campaign, because email, it goes everything the same. And here we do like, this is the guy number, like profile number 78, and to profile 78 we do like this sequence. It is like shit. And everything is like this is the perfect moment to start, because people are like getting used to this chatbots that are flying around with this shitty data, like spamming stuff. They are not, there is no like a proper, at least I have not seen a proper chatbot that is highly customized according to the personal profile. And this is gold. Like, okay, I discuss something on chatbot, and then I like send a dedicated email. So I mean, everything is, I was checking this Facebook policies regarding these interactions. We will fall under like personal coaching category that can do a sequence with people every single day. And the selling stuff, it can be done through email. Like, I route these guys to the email. I send customized email where they hit certain place in the decision tree, and then you're closing the sale. So even if you are running like a digital based product that is not allowed to sell on Messenger directly, and this is the crucial point. Hey, look at my son. He's amazing. This is next Steve Jobs. Pomahaj. He's really awesome. Here we go. This is my younger one. Ah! So, you see, I'm a real guy. I'm a real guy with real family, and I have a wife, which is awesome. It's beautiful. It's like, she's so amazing. I love her. I have like a really awesome life. So, join me in this project. If you are not spending that much and you don't have the client base that allows you to join this project, but you are excited, like, please introduce me to somebody that you know that would be interested. Like, Facebook is awesome because everybody knows everybody. Like, it takes like 3 people to connect with everybody in the world. So I need you to like think about who you know, or who might know, who might know. I'm sorry for my bloody English, but I don't have time to improve it. So think about who you know that might know somebody that is one of these 10 to run this project. And if you are running like another business, and yeah, whatever, I lost my I'm sorry. So all the best, guys. It's awesome. It will be mind-blowing. I will push it through for sure. It's just a question of time. Maybe it will happen in 2 months, or maybe it will happen in 2 years, but I hope it will happen in 2 months. I hope I inspired you, like what you can do with chatbots. Like, from a strategic perspective, what you can do with them. See the light, it's like lightning moment. A light bulb moment. This was like, if you missed it, like, replay this one. Like, it happened like 30 seconds ago, and it was like lightning. This is the light bulb. This is the wake up call, my friends. This is the wake up call. Like, marketing, it will never be the same again. It will never be the same again. Do you understand? My kid, this guy, Ignash, this guy will not understand billboards. Will not understand, because this guy will not understand billboards. You know, this is like the YouTube guy. So we were in my mother-in-law house, and it was they were watching cartoons over there, and this guy, he's 2 years old. He was asking like, hey, replay that, or I want this, I want that, and my mother-in-law said, but look, it doesn't work that way. I mean, it's TV. It's, you need to watch what is there, you know? So okay, so I need to go. Bye bye.